Hello and welcome. My name is Mike Rozlog and I'm the product manager for RAD Studio, which includes Delphi, C++ Builder, and Delphi Prism. In today's quick hit video, I'm going to show you the debug visualizers that we introduced in 2010. Now, by default, these are normally turned on, and I have turned them off to show you the old way of doing it. And I'm also going to use the surround command to show how to use the surround command in a better light than what I did in the prior quick hit video from a suggestion from somebody on the blog. So let's start off and let's get into it. So this is using that same project that I did before. So let's go in there and just drop a button down and let's call this one visualizers. So let me just type in visualizers here and we'll go ahead and hit enter. And then I'm going to double click on this. Now I'm going to go in and add a couple of variables in here because we just want to create a couple of things that normally are hard to see inside of Delphi or C++ Builder. So I'm going to go in here and call it my date, and we'll call it a t-date time. And we'll just go ahead and do my string list, and we'll just call this a t-string, and we'll set that off. And then what we'll do is we'll come down here and we'll just do something real simple like my date colon equals now semicolon, and then we're going to do our string list, which is my string list. And let me just finish this out here with the my string list colon equals t string list dot create. And then now what I would want to do inside of my string list is my string list dot add, and what we'll do is we'll say Mike, and then we'll put a semicolon on the end here, and then my string list again dot add, and we'll say really loves, and then we'll put another semicolon on here, and then we'll put another my string list in here, add, and we'll say RAD Studio 2010. Okay, so we just have something simple like that. Now, if I go in and I try to look at my visualizers, I can go into Tools, go into Options, and down at the bottom you'll see that I have all of my visualizers turned off. Now again, by default, when you install 2010, these things are turned on. I want to turn them off for this particular moment in time, just to show you how it used to work in 2009 and below. So we're just going to say OK on this. The next thing I want to do is I want to set my breakpoint right here at my date structure, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit the run button. Now when I run this, and as you can see, it's going to kick off, everything's going to work fine, even though it might not be the best coding practices, and I'm going to say visualizer. Now, when I come into here, you'll see that I have my local variables over here, and you can see my date right here, and it's some floating point number at this moment in time because that's how we store the date, and that's not really helpful if I needed to understand that. Same with the my string list. Right now it hasn't even been created, so but if I come in here and I step over top of this, we still have the new one. And now if I come in and create my string list, you'll notice that it has just basically an open close parenthesis saying that there's probably something inside of there. But even if I double click on it, it's going to bring up and it's going to show me all the things inside of it, but it really doesn't tell me what's going on or what's inside of the string list. So what I can do is I can go out and turn on my debug visualizer. So I go into options, and now I can turn on the date time one, and I can also turn on the t strings one, and we'll go ahead and hit OK. Now you'll notice when I do that the date and time is now showing correctly over here in my structure. Also, if I come up here and put my cursor on it, the debug insight basically comes up and shows me my date and time. And now if I step over this little structure, we should have Mike inside of here. Notice that there's a little glyph right here that says that we can look at this. Now this is something that is going to pop up an interface and let me look at the strings inside of there. But I can also come up into here into my string list, and you'll see that same glyph right there that I have in that structure. So that glyph basically tells me that there's another way to look at the information. Now when I want to look at the information, I just click on it, and notice there's my little window that pops up. Now this is a dockable window, so I could literally dock this on my system and I could keep it someplace locally so that I could see it. But it's also interfaces right into my structure here. So if I come over here, and we'll just put this right over here, if I step over this, you'll notice that it automatically updates with really loves inside of here. Now again, that's showing you again what the visualizers can do for you. So anytime you have a customized object type or something that has some definition of the object that isn't human readable, you can use these visualizers, you can create your own and add them to the product so that it will handle and you can understand the data that's being recommended. Now, looking at this code, I'm going to go ahead and hit the reset button on this. Now, looking at this code, the one thing is this is probably not the right way. I probably leave a memory leak because I have a string list that I created when I hit the visualizer, and normally I don't want to do this in this way. So taking the recommendation, what I would normally do with this is I would come in here and highlight this just like we did before, right mouse click on it, and this time I would hit the surround key, and this time I want to do a surround finally. So I'm going to come in here and I want to try to make sure that I can add each time to the list, and then when I'm done adding to the list, I then want to go ahead and release my string list and basically free it up. So we can do that. And that's a better way of using the surround command so that you can see how to use it. So again, this is just a really quick hit video to show you how to use the debug visualizers. You can create your own. We include the source code for that. But hopefully you've enjoyed this. There's more to come. Thanks a lot for listening. Have a great day. Bye-bye.